going on, everybody? Today we got Pontiac Solstice. We're gonna diagnose some stuff. So the first thing that we gotta diagnose is the door handle. It's not working. So I think it's just the door handle itself. It's a Chevy and they break. So, but we're gonna get the door panel off and we're gonna find exactly what we need. So let me get that. I got the door panel off, and yes, essentially the door handle is broken right there. So the cable would not stay there, right? Now, I normally talk shit about Fords, but the truth is that I think that all American cars in general are trash. Like, if you ask me, I would only work on Japanese cars. Because the way this is designed is so stupid. So the door handle itself is riveted with plastic, right? So what I have to remove is just the metal piece. Now, to remove the metal piece, I have to get this lock out from this pin right here. Right now what I'm trying is to slide the pin up and get it out to remove the door handle. But Chevy's engineers are not very smart, so there's not even space to get the pin out. It looks like somebody else already tried to do this because there's a hole right there. I don't think that it was designed with that hole, and this is necessary. So I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get it off. So let's see. Essentially, the door handle is broken. I was able to get it off from here, but somebody else has been here already because this is broken and it looks like it's been melted on top. Like, somebody broke it and then tried to melt the plastic back together to put it in place, which it worked because when they sold this car to my customer, the door handle was working. And before I removed it, it was like pretty ripped. Like, it had a weird metal piece holding the wire into the handle, meaning that the handle was already broken. So, anyways, this is the issue with shitty cars like this Pontiacs. Chevy's interiors suck. Like, American cars in general suck, but Chevy's interiors are shit. And I say that because I own a Chevy Tahoe. So, yeah, I'm gonna tell my customer that realistically he needs a door panel. But if he gets the door handle of a Cobalt, I can try to do it. But it's not guaranteed that it's gonna work because it's already broken. So I'm gonna tell him it's his own risk. Anyways, he's paying for the Diagnose, so I'm gonna keep going. Let me see now. All right, well, now we move on to the second issue that this Solstice has. This is the main reason why they brought the car to me. He said that sometimes it won't start, and sometimes smoke comes out of the car after he started. So I'm very positive that he needs a starter. We got, of course, our employee of the month right here, our supervisor, making sure everything's working. Right, Dollar? Well, I think that we heard enough. This time it didn't struggle as much. Yesterday when I tried it, it struggled more, and yesterday it did. It did smoke from around here. I know that the starter is right underneath the intake. The intake has to be removed. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting project to do that once my customer orders his starter. So far we know that this one, it needs a starter and it needs a door panel. I'm gonna try to save his door panel and just build a handle, but it might break. So let's see. All right, moving on to issue number 3. He said that his AC sometimes won't blow. But I don't think that's not blowing. I think that he just meant that it gets stuck in a certain position. Like, he wants the car to be blowing air directly into his face, and it won't. So he said, like, I want to have the air pointed at the windshield, and it's blowing on my feet. Right now it's working fine though. So let me keep doing some more tests. The only one that I know doesn't work is the recirculation one, because it blinks and I can hear it down there just, but everything else is working. So I don't know, I'm just gonna tell this guy that, or either I need more time for the car to act up, or that there's nothing wrong for it apparently. Now, for the past probably a whole hour, I've been trying to figure out why the turn signal on this side does not work. All the turn signals work, like all around, except for this one right here. Now, Chevy does this thing that it separates the harness, right? So I've been doing tests. I started by swapping the bulbs from one side to the other. Still didn't work. And then I swapped the whole harness. It didn't work. And then I noticed, okay, this side marker is working, and this side marker is not, and this side marker is patch. So I'm like, maybe that's the issue. So I put the bulb on that side, the socket. I basically swapped everything. I swapped the harness, and I would not get the turn signal to work on that side, but it would always work on this side, no matter what I would use. So only logical reason is that the problem is behind it, right? The issue is not the bulbs, the issue is not the wiring harness, the issue is behind this. Now, if I'm honest, I am not that great with wiring and following schematics and power lines and with power probe and resistances. I am not really good with that. Like, I know a little bit and I can trace some wiring issues, but realistically, I'm not that great. I'm not that skillful on that. But I was taught to always do a visual inspection, because most of the time, just with the visual inspection, if you know what you're looking for, you're gonna find it. So here's what I found. I don't know if you can see very well, but inside that connector, the last pin is coming off. And I first noticed it right here. So you can see that white little piece, like the little rubber that is coming out in the wiring. So I'm like, huh, that wire looks like it's being pulled. And then when I look inside, exactly that one, it's really not showing. So every time I plug in the harness into the main harness connector, it's giving power to the main light and to the fog light, but it is not giving the command to the turn signal. So let me see if I can fix that real quick with some pliers, like just by pulling it out. If not, we're gonna need a new connector, so stand by. All right, so we got it fixed. It just ended up being that connector. I pulled the terminals and now it's making contact. So now the turn signal is working. I still cannot seem to find the issue with the AC, but this customer brought it to me for 4 issues, and I was able to find 3 of the issues. Well, because the AC, I don't think that is a problem, or at least not yet. I'm gonna suggest him to maybe replace all of the actuators, the recirculation one, the mode one, and the temperature one, and have them all new. But that's it for this diagnose. And that's pretty much it. Today we're waiting for the tie rods on that Lexus to show up, so we'll probably pull it in here because the tires are supposed to be here today. And yeah, so let me finish quoting this customer for the Solstice. We know that we need to do starter, we need a door handle, and well, the turn signal is already fixed. It was just a wiring issue, so all good. So this will be the next part of the last video. So we left up on this GS300 because my customer ordered tie rods and not the ball joint. And so my customer ordered the inner tie rod, the outer tie rod, but this is what we needed. This Lexus are very unique with the way the ball joint is assigned. I like it a lot. Like, from a mechanic perspective, I think that it's a very easy setup. And then every time you replace your tie rod, you also replace your lower ball joint, which I think that is amazing. Most cars, the lower ball joint is pressed, or you have to remove the whole control arm. And in this car, you don't have to. It's literally super easy. Now, I'm sure that there are multiple ways to get this done. This is, in my opinion, what makes the most sense to be the easiest. Is that first you loosen up this nut, right? This is the nut that secures the outer tire with the inner tire. Then I remove both of the lower bolts that hold the ball joint in place. Once you get the bolts off of the spindle, you can just swing the spindle off to one side. Also, don't forget to unplug this connector. Just be safe, that way you're not pulling on it. Or undo this stand to have more slack. And then I like to put a jack stand in there just so that the upper control arm is not holding all the weight. I can see that this bushing is also bad, but that's not what we're doing right now. So yeah, that's what I think that's the easiest way. And this is the tool, special tool that I use. So I'm done with this side, taking it off. I'm just gonna put the new parts in. Of course, I will be still waiting for the ball joint. The ball joint should be delivered maybe tonight. So I'm gonna leave everything done and just wait for the ball joint to put it on maybe tomorrow morning. So yeah, let's get it. Very good. So now we're just waiting for the ball joint to get here. We'll put everything back together. We'll tie down this nut and we'll send the customer to get an alignment, but we're pretty much done. So right now I'm just gonna put the zip ties on the boots that cover the inner tire. That's pretty much it. So yep, let's get it. What's going on? It's another day, and yeah, we're still working on the same car. So we still have the Lexus here. We're still waiting on the goddamn ball joints. They were supposed to be, today's Friday, they were supposed to be here Wednesday night. They got delayed, so then they were supposed to be here Thursday night. They are not here, so yeah, we're waiting on them. Everything is ready to be back together, so I'm just waiting on them. But in the meantime, we're working on the Pontiac. I want to get the door handle, so I'm making a separate video explaining how to do the door handle in the Pontiac Solstice, so if you want to check that out, click the link right here in the video. But in the meantime, I'll go through what I did with the door handle. So, yep, you have to take it all apart. Take the pin, the safety clip that's back here, the spring, the pin, and handle off. Yes, it's broken, but it works. It will work. So, I'm waiting on tires for this, and I'm also getting the starter for the Solstice. So what I'm going to do probably is I'm going to move my car, I'm going to move the Tahoe, I'm going to park the Pontiac in here so that I can put the door handle, I can jack up the front, I can take the intake off, and I can start getting on the starter. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm got these glasses on, these are my safety glasses. I mean, they're not safety glasses, but they're the only glasses that I have. So, yeah, the spring right here almost went flying straight to my face. So, that's why. Alright, got the Tahoe keys right here. I think that I'm going to do, I'm gonna use as much battery as I can from the GoPro. But another thing that I really wanted to do was check fluids. Always check your fluids. No matter how reliable you think your car is, no matter how good you think you have it running, no matter if you just did an oil change, always check your fluids. So that's my oil, nice and full. Transmission fluid, nice and full. Not like burn. Doesn't smell like burns. Yeah. In order to make sure that it smells good, you gotta put it all over your nose. That's right. That's cool. I know that this line has been leaking a little bit. I already replaced this once, and it's leaking again. It's a common place where these V8s leak. So I'm not worried about it. I just carry a lot of coolant with me. So we're gonna do it first. It feels a little weak on start. Like, no, I don't think that it's started. I just think that the battery might be going out. It's struggling a little bit in this weather. But yeah, same in this. Although it's a Lexus. Although I've done every single seal and every single gasket, and I believe there is no leaking oil, I still check my fluids constantly. I've been really redlining the shit out of this, so I think it's a little low on oil. It's slightly low in oil. I just did an oil change after the engine swap like 2 months ago. It's clean. It's a little bit low. Something that I've been struggling with right now is that my transmission has been slipping a little bit. Every time on the first drive of the day, whenever I'm backing out my car or driving out, it feels like the transmission it's not engaging, sort of. And then whenever I accelerate, it's like it all of a sudden, boom, it goes and it kicks. So I don't know what the fuck. The fluid is full, but it's going manual, so whatever. It's still hot, so I'm gonna check right now if it's still warm. My key broke, so I got my I got my transmitter right here and then my key down here. It works. Right, so let me park this. So else. Well. Yeah, I got carried away and I forgot to record again. This is how this goes. But we got the starter. out of the Pontiac. Yo, right there's where it would go. So now I'm just waiting for parts. I'm done with the door handle in it. I also put it back on already. The door handle works. It looks nice and shiny. Brand new door handle. The only thing about this car is that it's manual. That's the only thing that I respect that. And the owner of this car, like, he actually likes cars, but he made a terrible decision buying this. Like, what a piece of junk, but it's alright. So I'm just waiting on their starter to finish putting this back together. It's supposed to get here today. I'm waiting on the ball joints on this Lexus. They were supposed to be here since Wednesday. It's Friday. It's another day. It's already Saturday. But we're supposed to finish the Lexus Wednesday or at least Thursday. But the parts show up yesterday and very late at night. So anyway, I put the ball joints in, try to eye align it, just drove it. It drives fine. Now just needs some alignment. But the Lexus is done with the tie rods and ball joints. Right now we are finishing the Pontiac. We're just waiting on the starter. Yeah, we already did the door handle. We fixed the turn signal. And we were only waiting on their starter. The starter finally got here yesterday, last night. Here we have the intake gaskets. And I already have the starter in. You can see right there. Now we ran into a little bit of an issue. The issue was that for some reason this old starter right here, it has a stud and a nut. And the new starter in there, it had a connector. So I had to find the connector. I went to AutoZone, I got the connector. I just finished splicing the wiring. So I'm about to finish installing the starter, try it out, and we should be done with our work for this past days. This also should have been done earlier, but that's alright, it's done. They also just dropped off last night the RX-8 one. It's running fine. It's running fine since I fixed the other issues that I had, but the check engine light came on for miscommunication in the transmission control module. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find the issue, but I told him that I'll try and I'll take a look. I just drove it for like 30 miles and the car drives amazing. No issues, no transmission issues. Check engine light's not on right now. It only comes on at certain moments. So once I'm done with the Pontiac, I'm gonna check some wiring in it, do a good visual inspection, but it's gonna be a really tough one. And yeah, and right now we're working to put everything back together. The starter is back on. So I'm gonna finish putting everything back on and we'll see if it starts. All right, so the starter is in. Everything's back together. Everything's connected. I think so. So all that's left is to fire up and see what it does. Oh, heck yeah. So, very good. We did a lot of work on this Solstice. We have done a lot of work on it. The only thing that we didn't do on this, it's a timing chain. I told the guy that he needed a timing chain and he didn't listen to me. Like, I gave him a quote and everything. He didn't listen to me. He took it somewhere else and he had to pay somebody else to do so much labor in it and he paid so much money for it, but it's fine. Get it back running. The starter is not smoking anymore and it's working fine. Now we just gotta test drive it, make sure that's good. I gotta make sure that my turn signal is still working. I know that the door handle is still working. And then I'm gonna call these guys. So, yeah. I'm gonna go for a test drive and call my customer. So let's get it. Alright, really good. We finished the test drive and the Solstice drove really good. Still no code. Follow all the wirings. I checked everything. And the transmission control module seems to be communicating. So for today, that's it. We're gonna drive it again in the next couple days and see how it feels. But Solstice, we're done with Lexus. This one will be picked up in an hour. The next one will be picked up maybe tonight. And then they're gonna drop me off on the Civic so that I can do the brakes. So